Hello again, my subscribers. Today we are doing a Let's Read. So they were back in Chicago, and as they came to the fence, a group of Amities stood in front of their tank.
Amity, as you know, means friendship.
"We can't move because of these motherfuckers," Christina shouted, chugging her Mountain Dew and popping in some Doritos. "We'll go yell at them." Christina left, and Triss heard him yell obscenities at everyone. "I better follow him," Triss sighed, hopping up the ladder and peeking out. All of the Amity were eating Tori's barbecued body parts happily. Will had introduced them to the taste of human flesh and now led an army of bloodthirsty Amity. "Ha ha ha ha, I could do so much with this power," Will shouted. "No, Will, don't turn evil," Al shouted back. But it was too late. Eric's soul had corrupted Will. "Ha, fuck, don't make me shoot you again, Will," Triss groaned. "It was really inconvenient last time." Christina ran out of the tank. "Guys, hold on, I know the magic words." She grabbed Will and held him in place while she stared awkwardly into his evil red eyes. "You could stop at 5 or 6 stores, she said. Will screamed like a maniac. "Or just one." "Okay, I'm okay now, guys," Will said, but something ethereal floated from his nostrils. It was Eric's soul. "I banish you to Narnia," Natalie Portman shouted, sacrificing herself bravely for everyone else. "Our daughter!" Al and Will screamed simultaneously, but it was too late. While Eric had been banished to Narnia, Natalie Portman was almost dead. Al kneeled at her side. "We're so sorry, but rest easy knowing that I loved you in Black Swan." Natalie Portman died. Christina face-palmed. "Al, really? You chose to end it on that?" Will grunted. "Yeah, well, sorry. She made Black Swan like the best movie ever." "Okay, whatever, guys. We need to avenge Al and Will's daughter," Trish shouted. Everyone nodded. The rabid Amity hellbeasts all dashed into the tank, filling it up with just enough space left for Triss, Al, Will, and Christina. Just then, Drew, Molly, and Peter wandered by, smoking the biggest blunts anyone had ever seen. "Holy fuck, guys, where'd you get all that weed?" Christina asked. Molly laughed. "You fucking retard. It's 420. There's weed everywhere." Drew and Peter laughed so hard that they vomited, choked on their own vomit, and died.
Jesus.
Molly revived them with her powers. "Wait, Molly, can you save our daughter, Natalie Portman?" Al asked. "Only if you get me the dankest weed in all of Chicago. It's Janine's secret stash," Molly said. "You can find it in Erudite headquarters, probably hidden in Caleb's butt or something." "Okay, this is where I draw the line. I am not breaking into Erudite and searching my brother's butt for weed to resurrect Natalie Portman from the dead," Triss said. "Triss, do you want to save Al and Will's family dynamic or not?" Christina shouted. "Okay, so y'all better get the fuck over there, because Drew just finished his blunt, and we don't want to wait any longer for the good reefer," Peter shouted, brandishing his joint as a weapon. Fine. We'll go. Christina, get the fuck in the tank." So they left. The moment that Triss's tank was out of sight, Molly, Drew, and Peter began to laugh so loudly that they physically couldn't contain themselves. "There's no weed there, is there, Molly?" Drew asked. "Lol, no. They'll get their asses royally kicked, and that means more weed for us on 420, Molly replied. She began to snort and snorted so hard that she inverted time and went into another dimension.
What?
Aw, fuck, not that shit again, Drew said.
Again?
"Peter, we need to go rescue Molly from the other dimension." "Okay, get in the rocket ship!" Peter screamed, flailing his arms like noodles. We have a rocket ship, Drew shouted. Peter jumped into the front seat of their awesome bitchin' rocket ship. Fuck yeah, bro. Should you really be driving this thing high? Drew asked. Peter was too busy singing the Little Einsteins theme song to respond. So off the two vehicles went, off on entirely different goals. Will they succeed? Tris probably won't, since there isn't actually weed hidden deep inside her brother's rectal kingdom. And she's going to have to go wrist deep up there for no reason. But Molly gets lost in the alternate dimension about every Thursday, so Peter and Drew's epic 420 adventure will probably end up okay. But can you be sure? Can Al and Will save Natalie Portman? Will Tris be able to retrieve Janine's secret stash? Why am I typing in all caps?
It's not a bad question, Bert.
All these questions and more will be answered when I bother to pull my keyboard out of my ass and update. YOLO. Happy 420, everyone. So Christina drove the tank through Chicago, running over the occasional factionless person. But nobody really cares about them, so it doesn't matter. So they reached Erudite. What the fuck you guys doing here, some dude said. Tris and Christina climbed to the tank's opening, and he walked out into the light from the land of the glasses-wearing shadow Amish killers. Tris recognized him as Zeke. Zeke, when the fuck did you start working for Erudite? Tris asked. When you and your friend murdered my fucking brother with your cannibalism, he replied. Also, when Janine promised me a pretty flower if I shot any people walking around. Tee-hee! Al poked his head from the tank like a meerkat. Zeke tried to shoot him. Will was going to have none of this shit. Attack! Will shouted. The Amity threw Tris, Al, and Christina out of the way, and a surge of potheads wearing yellow beat the shit out of Zeke.
Amity, as you know, means friendship.
Holy fucking octopus, guys! Just let me go! Don't kill me! I am not a scarecrow, erg! Zeke screamed. Will narrowed his eyes. Kill him, he ordered. His army bit Zeke until he died. Al, Will, Christina, and Tris walked into Erudite, while the Amity army ate Zeke's battered corpse. Meanwhile, Peter and Drew were flying around the rocket. As they broke the sound barrier, the check engine began to flash. Peter, what the fuck? We're going to die, Drew shouted. The engine light is on, and we're over 200,000 feet into the fucking atmosphere, and going so fast that we just broke the sound barrier. We are so fucked. Herf, herf, Peter said. Then he coughed up a hairball. Kulak! He pushed the hairball in Drew's eye and threw him off the rocket ship because he wasn't a racist. Drew died a very long, painful death. Meanwhile, Will, Christina, Al, and Tris finally made it into Erudite. Caleb confronted them. Yo, WTF, bitches, doing in here? You're not an Erudite, Caleb said. Tris shoved her hand wrist deep into his asshole, grabbing around for the weed. Everyone screamed, especially Caleb, because he was secretly into fisting. Okay, weed, where are you? Tris said. That bitch lied to us. Must deceive, Al said. Very lie. Will said. Wow. Christina said. So they all walked out of Erudite, Tris's hand still buried in Caleb's ass. Tris, I don't want to go! Caleb howled. STF, you bitch, Tris replied. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Like and favorite the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with everybody you know. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell. I upload every Saturday, or at least try to. Like the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Tumblr pages. Please stay safe and healthy. And remember, it's chaos. Be kind.